Hi guys, welcome back. It's Kamau. This is round 20. 20 in the game, this or that. Wow, I had no idea that I'd get to 20 rounds and counting, because more rounds coming, more rounds are coming. I'm just learning so much about myself. These questions flood into my head and I say, I need to talk about this, I need to talk about that. And so here we go. So I'm going to go down another list of 12 pairs of words. I'm going to tell you which ones I like, and I'm hoping you will play the game with me and let me know which ones you like. So here goes. The first question. Your spouse and you, do you have joint bank accounts or separate bank accounts? Well, we can have a joint bank account, and then I'll have an account. Why on earth would he want an account? Why would he need to have an account? I don't know. I need an account for myself. I know that. And then we can have a joint one for the two of us, right? So, because his money is ours. We all know this. This is a rule. I don't make this rule. His money is ours. My money is mine. So I put my money in my account. His money goes into our account. Ask grandma if that's not how it goes. Grandma will tell you that's how it goes. Everybody knows this. Number 2, would you take an aphrodisiac? I mean, not for the sake of an aphrodisiac. I don't need it. I'm always ready. Always ready. But let me tell you something. The other day I took some sarsaparilla. I took it for other benefits, right? And then just casually researching it, and then I realized that it's an aphrodisiac as well, for both male and female, right? So I was drinking the sarsaparilla every morning, and let me tell you, those orgasms were off the charts. Off the charts. Another name for sarsaparilla is sassafras. So if you don't know it by that name, sassafras. Men, you need to take some of that. Try it out and tell me what you think, because I've also heard persons say the same thing, and I'm telling you, I've experienced the sarsaparilla. But generally speaking, I don't need to take that, right? I have things that put me on a natural high, naturally ready. Number 3, would you continue a relationship if the person cheated? Yes, but you'd have to, this takes conversation, this takes explanation. If it's a repeated offender, if the person is just a cheater and just has no self-discipline, then you can't progress with such a person. But this whole thing about multiple loves thing, I'm not so strict on it, because I think naturally people are open to loving multiple persons, and not everybody has brought it under control to the point where they can be monogamous. So, but I think people should just be honest with themselves. If you know they're not at the point, or you do have a desire for monogamy, don't commit to a monogamous relationship. It's simple, because I think humans are naturally open to polyamorous relationships, right? So if you commit to it and then you keep having to go off it, we're gonna have to part, because you should. If I'm in on that vibe of monogamy, I'm gonna expect the same from you. If you say you're on that vibe, if you know you're not, then don't say you are. That's how I look at it. Number 4, do you celebrate Valentine's Day? No, I don't. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't give Valentine's gifts. I love every day. And I love passionately, I love deeply, I love purely. I sometimes have to tone it down. I don't want to scare people away. Sometimes I have to tone it down. But I'm very expressive, right? So no, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Number 5, if a child confides in you, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with anything that the child is at risk, right? We're not talking about abuse or any danger to the child's life. But let's just say they come to you with something that to them is sacred, to them it's private and personal, and they're just telling you. Would you go to the parents with it? Well, I personally would not. There have been situations where my students were in certain, situations, or they did certain things. Like I said, again, nothing sexual or physical danger. And I went to the parents because I made the decision because I thought the child needed help. And I just went to the parent one-on-one to say, okay, don't go back and tell the child, because I just feel like you as a parent should know this. And I think 2 or 3 times I had the experience where the parent went back to the child. And then I was left out in the cold, I was saying, why would you do that? But typically speaking, children come to me with something confidential. I keep it to myself. I have that relationship with my children. My students, I love children. I love raising them, so I respect them, and I treat them just as if I would respect your secret as an adult. I respect theirs. If I see where they're in danger or they could use some help, then I would make the decision and say, okay, I need to tell somebody else, right? Or I'll say to the child, I think we need to go to somebody else, right? And take it from there. Number 8, do your dreams have significance to you? Yes or no? Not much significance. I went through a time where I used to write down my dreams, right? And what I found was happening was I would see people in my dreams, and I would write it down, and I would be seeing these people, like they would come during the day. I would encounter them on the road or in a supermarket, and these are not people who I would likely have seen, right? So I was saying, wow, it's like, can I use this to, kind of predict something or to read up something? Because I really was seeing these people I would dream of, and I would encounter them, and like I said, they weren't people who were normally in my everyday life. But then I think really the reality has more impact on dreams than dreams have on reality. I think we just regurgitate what we experience, so I don't rely on my dreams to shape anything in my reality. If you're speaking of dreams in terms of a vision that you have, a vision to accomplish something, then certainly that guides my reality. But no, I don't give any significance to dreams other than that. I might be inspired in my dream, and I'd use that inspiration to turn it into a novel, turn it into something, develop it into something. In that sense, yes. Number 9, would you have a long distance relationship, like an online relationship? I actually have had an online relationship. It lasted, I think, 2 years. And we have never met. We never met. But we went through we were messaging each other all the time, text, video talk, pics, those pics, those kind of pics. We went through everything. And then I remember he said, I think we ended it, it was we mutually agreed to end it because it was futile. He lived across the ocean, way far from me. And he was saying, it's like there's this constant desire to get at each other, to be together, and it just, for whatever reason, is not possible. And we decided to end it. But it was fun, it was fun. Number 10, do you give gifts on special days or not? I used to love giving gifts. But you see, the thing with me, I'm sentimental. So instead of going out to buy a gift, I would more want to make you a gift, to pour my love into it. But I don't think most people appreciate that kind of gift. They want the expensive stuff, the big stuff. So like when I was at school and we'd have Pixie and we'd exchange names and you get the person a gift, they wouldn't appreciate it. You don't have the same taste. I'm weird. You can see I'm eccentric. So my taste, the things I like, because I'm going to get for you what I like, which I'm hoping you like, right? I remember too when I started working, we had this Secret Santa, and again exchange names, and I would pour my heart into making these gifts, these homemade gifts. Like I would, I love to do crafts, and I would make something like that, or I'd make these little pouches and so embroider them. Or I remember once I made a mixtape with some really lovely songs that inspired me, and I made it for this teacher, at this school where I used to teach. And she was in tears. She cried. She went to the principal and she complained that look what I got her, look what I did, this cheap thing. And then everybody else put money together to buy her a real gift. It was so embarrassing. And I said, never again. I don't want to be in anything like this. No Pixie, no Secret Santa, nothing. I don't want to be a part of it. And even in regular life, I don't like the idea. I remember I visited a friend overseas and I bought this gift for his birthday. The gift meant so much to me. I remember I sat in the airport and I wrapped the gift and I took it through customs and gave it to the person, and he was just so, this? Why would you buy this? And then he was going down the list of, you could have bought that, you could have bought that, you could have bought that. And that was literally the last time I bought somebody a gift. That incident was the last time. I said never again. For my children, when it's their birthday, I prefer to take them out and we spend the day together, just me and that child, making memories, sharing those kind of things, as opposed to giving them something. And they always make me stuff, and I love it. They make craft and so on, and it's my birthday. I appreciate those kinds of gifts. Number 11, would you do cosplay or role play, especially in the bedroom? Well, I would absolutely do it. 2 of my channels will be focusing on cosplay. I have a channel where I'm going to feature the 70s, and I'm so looking forward to that because I'm really passionate about the 70s, and I'm going to be dressing up in my afro and my 70s wear, and I'm going to have so much fun. And then another of my channel will be about jobs, and I'm going to be dressing up in the different attire of the jobs. So I'm looking forward to that. It's something I've always wanted to do. So yes, definitely it's going to bring out my creativity, my fantasy, my passion, all of those things. Number 12, would you have a pen pal? I mean an actual pen pal where you write letters, not just sending texts. I would, and actually I was approached last year. One of my Facebook friends approached me and she said, would you like us to be pen pals the old-fashioned way, just writing letters and waiting for the letter to arrive, And I said, sure, I'm all for that. She never followed up. My Facebook friend, what's up with that? Why didn't you follow up and send me the letter? I've been waiting for the letter. I would love to do that. When I was little, I had pen pals in Africa, America, all over the place. We would write to each other. And back in those days, the letters took forever to come, but it was really good. I enjoyed that. So definitely up for it. And sis, please send the letter. I'm waiting on my letter and I'll respond. Let me go down the list. Bank account with your spouse, joint or separate? Would you take aphrodisiacs? Would you continue a relationship if the person cheated? Do you celebrate Valentine's Day? If a child confides in you, would you go to their parents? If your house is haunted, oh, I didn't do that one, I skipped number 6. Okay, so number 6, if your house is haunted, would you move out or stay? I'm definitely staying. We're going to have to find a way to coexist. The ghosts don't need the bed and the chair and the fridge and the water. I need those things. I have the physical body. We're going to coexist. If anybody has to move out, the ghost has to move out. So luckily I'm going through the list. I'm realizing that I didn't do number 6. Okay. Number 7, would you wait for a mate if he has been sent to prison? I didn't do that one either. What's up with me today? So number 7, would you wait on a mate if he has been sent to prison? I would, but it depends on why he was sent. Let's say it's a political reason, he was taking a political stand. I would certainly wait for him. You know, that kind of thing. So it depends. Number 8, do your dreams have significance to you or not? Number 9, would you have a long distance relationship, like an online relationship? 10, do you give gifts on special days? 11, would you do cosplay, you know, dressing up? And 12, would you have a pen pal? Let me know your views. Drop them in the comments. Look out for part 21. Catch you later.